Another Friday, Rick. Another Friday.
Another week down.
Another episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier dropped this afternoon.
Right.
And we've watched it, of course, episode 4.
I know, crazy. How
I don't know.
Halfway over now.
I don't know if these things have titles. Do they actually have titles? They do. And it's episode 4, The Whole World is Watching.
There you go.
There you go.
The whole world should be watching it. It's a great show.
They probably were at that point or will be over the next 24 hours. It's that big a show, Rick.
Damn straight.
Absolutely huge. Let's get basically right into it immediately. Cracker of an episode, Rick.
It was. I loved it. Probably a little bit. It started off a little bit slow for me, and then it just right towards that end was just amazing. Cracker. So,
yeah, it was definitely a 2 halves where there was a lot of talky exposition going on, and then when it geared into it, right into it, which I love. Which I was a big fan. I was a big fan, especially of the first half an hour too. There was a lot that I really loved and enjoyed, Rick, on this episode. And let's delve straight into it. And I mean, like straight away, the opening,
Wakanda,
6 years ago.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, they're going there. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what is a fairly pivotal scene for that character from his journey from being the Winter Soldier to the White Wolf, it's certainly a really important scene where we show that he has been, and of course, this show is spoilers, guys. There's no point in you watching a live after show. If you haven't seen the episode, go watch the episode. So we're just going to dump the spoilers. That we see that point of where he's gotten over his brainwashing.
Yeah.
Which highly emotional scene, you know what I mean? And just the pure relief that man has when she goes, "You are free." I thought it was a cracking opening. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed that scene very, very much. Because, what we've noticed throughout this entire series is how tortured he is as an individual. Yeah. To get a bit more of a backdrop in that kind of journey of healing that he's been going through, I think was super important.
It was an important scene, and at least they didn't delve too much into it, which was good.
No, it was a brief scene. It wasn't
quick.
shoot.
It's not.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it flashes back that the Dora Milaje, that's what it's called, Dora Milaje, which is just to be able to share that. I think it's probably important that we do share that. Is the Dora Milaje, as you can see, are the elite group of female bodyguards and Wakandan special forces. To very specifically 100%. They are pretty well unstoppable, as we get to see further in the episode.
Yes, we'll discuss that.
Yeah, 100%. But they have that. Obviously, it cuts from the being 6 years ago to the current day where they met in that alleyway, and she goes, "Look, Baron Zemo, what the fuck?
That's it. Why'd you release him?
Yeah, you got 8 hours basically. You got 8 hours, so they were able to do that, which was kind of really cool. I thought so. And basically, Zemo. You've got a few scenes in this episode where they're in that apartment, aren't they? A lot of apartment talk. I was waiting for Chandler to come back to the door, Joey. It just seemed like that apartment. No. In all seriousness, no. It's the first time we're in there, though, they're trying to figure out and trying to find that chick who they don't know at that point whether she's died or not.
What is she? The mother,
the mother, the kind of the mother hen.
The main,
I should have known that. I should have written down the name, but I didn't. So apologies to that. Hopefully, somebody out there can clarify the name of the elder lady, the matriarch of that.
The one who passed
all
away.
Those refugees. Yeah, absolutely, would be great. Now, but what I love about already that scene too, Rick, was the fact that you've got Falcon, you've got Winter Soldier trying to figure out how they're going to, get the information they need. But Zemo's there in the background.
He's got a plan in the back.
He's got a plan. Grabs, you see the lollies, and he's like, Turkish delight, irresistible. And I thought that was extremely clever of him, and which follows a real haunting scene where they do go to what essentially is a refugee kind of building place where a lot of these guys are hanging out. And what is some of it quite haunting because Sam's going through trying to ask about this lady that had passed away. Every time he went into a room, someone would
shut him out.
He was crazy.
He had no idea. Couldn't get anywhere. Same with Winter Soldier. He couldn't get anywhere. He was just. But Zemo, no, not him.
Well, let's have a look at a couple of comments here. Bruce, the episode started off slow, in which I enjoyed, and kicked into high gear. I'm loving it. Get on, mate. Get on. And he dropped to the second one, the Dora Milaje, and that's how you pronounce it. Because
Dora Milaje,
I would take them as bodyguards. And who wouldn't? I mean, they're pretty insane. They're pretty
badass, kick ass.
But going to that really haunting scene with Sam is, trying to find some information. Everybody's walking out. He comes up against that teacher, And I think it's an important scene because we're starting seeing the beginnings of Sam being politically challenged as an individual because he, is starting to see that maybe the way that these guys, what's happening to these guys isn't quite fair. He doesn't agree with the way they're doing it.
They're doing it.
But certainly, yeah. And I think it's important because Sam is going for a bit of a bit of an existential political crisis in this episode in many ways. So, which I found absolutely fascinating, But we do lead that back to that scene with Zemo with the kids.
It's information.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
But that's right. With the candy, and then he's saying that it was his son's favorite candy, and he used that for the little girl, and then he got them all on board, and and that's when they both come out, Sam and that they come out and see him talking to that young girl. So but he's got an agenda. He knows already what he wants to do.
Yeah. And we go back to I'm not going to keep going for beat, but there is a lot of exposition happening in that first 16 to 20 minutes, including back at the apartment again, but the gravesite where they've hidden the serums.
Yes.
And we find the fact that she's got multiple serums left too. She opens that case.
Wasn't many
but there are a few there. There's probably 7 or 8.
In that. That's her last stash.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Well, they stole 20. Yeah, they stole 20 of them. So.
7 that have taken it? Something like that?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you can tell it's building up, but holy crap, as soon as we get to see John Walker again, eh?
God, he's a prick, isn't he? He's just...
and he is for many reasons as we'll go along in this episode. But even in the beginning, he's just... You can tell he's frustrated straight away when he finds them walking in the street in Latvia. And, there's a certain arrogance. But that arrogance really is fueled by frustration. So, yeah. Look, we've got a couple of other comments we have to address here. Sorry to keep it this guy.
There you go.
Carson, who's a big fan, are you going to the fruit salad concert on Tuesday? No, unfortunately, I've got to work. Sorry, I'm not, mate. Sorry, I'm not. But there you go. And you also asked about the Space Jam and New Legacy trailer reaction. We haven't done one, but it's probably a good idea. Anyway, back to where we were. John Walker is a character. He's a very frustrated individual, isn't he? So as they go into the funeral and they just go, well, this is what I'm missing out. They discovered the woman they were seeking and actually passed away. But they do discover that Carly is there. At a funeral, and they, basically, this is Sam asked to go in there by himself. As you can tell, that's annoying the shit out of
all leading up to that. You can see,
and it's his best mate who is the one who's like, listen, maybe he can talk him down. This is better than bloodshed, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So and really, I would say coming up is where the episode really kicks into gear. Kicks into gear because we have this really wonderful scene where Sam and Carly kind of talk about what's happening. They're connecting, and you can see that Sam is swayed by their political plight.
Yeah.
Not the saying he's very firm on his morals and standards.
No, that's right.
But he sympathizes with their fight.
He knows.
And who comes along to fuck it all up?
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Walker.
Mr. Johnny Walker just walks in. Meanwhile, we got to remember Zemo is handcuffed to the boiler or wherever he was handcuffed. And then, so John's coming. He's had enough. He's like, but he had that little scene with him and Winter Soldier. Had that scene like, you should go in there and back up your partner with a,
Yeah, and it's an important scene because that he's starting to lose it. He doesn't have a lot of patience. I would suggest that he still has a lot of PTSD from all the battles he had.
You can see it in that scene. When they handcuff him and they're waiting. They're just waiting, and you can see he's like agitated and he
can't deal with it. He has no patience. No. But it quickly turns into this all hell breaks loose and everyone just goes running everywhere, dude. To the point of what really shocking is very early on, Zemo pulls out a gun and shoots Carly. Which was shocking to me, which was absolutely shocking. And she escapes and what becomes very pivotal in this episode, she drops all the serums.
Of course.
Zemo goes to grab, obviously sees it. He's in shock what he's discovered. He grabs one. At that point, Rick, did you think he was going to take the serum?
No, it didn't cross my mind. I knew I thought, he's going to. He has a passion.
But he hates the serum.
Winter Soldier. Why would he take it? Why would he want any of them going around? He's discussed this through the whole season, whole series. He wants, super soldiers shouldn't be in this world. So once he saw it, he went to town on them.
He went to town on them, and obviously, much to Walker's chagrin, because he knocks him out with the shield. And the slimy bugger finds one, doesn't he? I mean, he finds one, and you know the show was leading towards this at some point. That he finds the last serum, and he takes it, Rick, as you were going to say.
Not then. You don't see him take it, but he takes it.
He takes it. Yeah,
he does, because there's scenes where he bends it, and he's got the power.
Yeah. So we head back to the. Go on.
Yeah, because they had that conversation with his best mate prior to all that. Would you take the serum? And his best mate saying, he would. And you can see he's contemplating, because he, got his ass kicked by a bunch of girls. So he wanted the serum.
Yeah, well, that's the scene I want to talk about. I mean, but it's a certain line that he says in that scene I'm talking about. And obviously we're talking about 8 hours is up.
Yeah.
Fedora, Melage are ready to collect.
Right.
And, again, Walker, just with his aggression and his attitude, starts a conflict with him. And you're right, Rick, he gets his ass handed to him. And do you remember the line he says, though, after, like he says to his partner, after that scene, which ended up involving everyone, that fight. And then obviously Zemo gets to get away. Classic Zemo. Gets slip outside and sneaks away. But he turns around and he says to his partner, they weren't even superpowered soldiers. So he is now rattled. He's rattled. I mean, I don't know at that point whether he's taken the serum or not. I would say no. I would say, actually, I do know when he takes it. I do know when he takes it.
When
I've got a theory anyway. But the fact that he's rattled. He's rattled because he knows if he really is going to be Captain America, and you can sympathize with this point of view, how is he going to do that when he's up against superpowered individuals? What chance does he have? He got his ass kicked by some Wakandan bodyguards, and that's not to diminish them because they're like the world's best special forces team. You know what I mean? They're the best of the best. But it's certainly leading to a situation where the other scene too, where the one of the Dora Milaje goes and pulls off
that blew me away. I thought that was awesome. Had no idea they could do that.
He didn't know his arm could come off.
No, they just a couple of pressure points, and then his whole arm fell off. It was so good. So good.
Yeah. Bruce has got some. I like they don't actually show John taking the serum. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
They shouldn't show that because it could create a bit of mystery around it. John is such a prick. He is a prick.
He's mate. Agree with you, Bruce. 100%.
Sorry. And the last one was, and when John said, and they weren't even enhanced. Yeah, what a great line. That's the line I'm talking about. Absolutely fantastic. Really sets the stage of what's going to happen next. Which is a great little intimate scene, having coffee in the middle of a mall somewhere, where John, you can tell he's trying to make that decision whether he will take the serum.
Take it or not.
And his buddy's like, do it. Basically.
No hesitation, just do it.
Just do it. So, what did you think of that scene too that came shortly after where the sister gets the phone call?
Yeah, see that, like, when she got that sister, and then I'm thinking, this the leader of the flag, they were saying Smashes. That she's getting Smashes. Like, she's got a lot of reach. Shows that she's got a lot of reach. Like, she knew everything about Sam's family's history, everything. So makes you wonder what else that she could have, found out. But that was, a great.
That was even more important because it was connective tissue for the family now, not just Sam, but his sister. Both have that political leaning that they don't agree with what's happening.
They don't care about what's his name. They don't really give a shit.
But obviously,
he's the symbol of America. That's right.
Yeah.
They want to kill him, and she doesn't really care. She goes,
exactly. Exactly. So, it's
symbol.
It's really a lot deeper. This show's going a lot more deeper into what's happening out there. And I feel like it very much is an allegory for what's happening in the United States at the moment, a shattered kind of culture, very much feel like this, the bad guys, the flag smashers, is almost a social justice warrior commentary on what's happening today. Is that, we have well-intentioned people trying to make a difference in the world, but the way they're carrying it out is just so dangerous. And I feel that's certainly the foundation for the subtext in this show, 100%.
We got Bruce got another comment, mate.
Yep.
He's got another comment.
That's like five finger kind of punch. Yeah, very cool. Very
cool, Bill. Very cool.
Yeah.
But no, you're right, though. It is definitely leading that way, and then and then what inspired into the next scene.
Next giant action scene, which is probably the big action scene in the entire episode, is Sam and Bucky going back and meeting with Carly, and John Walker is in the vicinity. They get a bit of intel on that, and then it's on, and then they're fighting, and it's a hell of a fight. And even have Sam and the new Captain America, Captain America teaming up at one point, which is crazy. Sorry, I got distracted because we've got another comment here. Carly threatens Sam's sister and nephews. To her, it may seem that Sam is working with John Walker, and after John Walker kills one of her own, she will follow through on her threat to Sam's family. Yeah, I don't know. See, what I'm guessing, I think she's probably aware now, by the end of this episode, that very clearly that Sam is not working with Carly, and so I don't think Carly's going to. Well, I don't believe she's going to follow down that pathway of trying to get the sister with the sister's family. But a great comment, Trepper. Absolutely. Look, what a great action scene this turns out to be, and it's emotionally intense because after that scene, when Carly gets to the move where they're going to execute Captain America, because that's what they're planning in that scene, is they know they got to take out Cap. And it almost happens. She goes running in with the knife, and
his best mate,
blocks
the shot, and then
mate gets taken out. She kills him,
and then it's on.
Which is very much.
But everything stopped. And that whole scene, everyone just
You want to
realized,
remind me of, and any Star Wars fans will get this. The moment Anakin's mother dies in Attack of the Clones, there's that moment where you know, holy shit, he's about to start laying people like the Sand People in that case, and you felt that in this as well, where basically you're thinking, oh shit,
everyone knew. That's right.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, it was fully revealed at that point. He has taken the super serum. He has got strength. And the first time I indicated that is when he threw the shield and got stuck in that concrete wall. I'm like, well, he's taken the serum.
He's taken the serum.
And it's a hell of a battle, I thought. Hey, but yeah, when he's sorry, I kind of went back and then went forward. But yeah, the fact that when his buddy's dead, everyone bolts. They all scatter, don't they? They all
go different ways. They know he's going to lose it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm right, Bruce. I know. Yep, went full Anakin. 100%. Full Anakin. And Carly gets away without being noticed by John. And so I'm assuming at that point, that's when Falcon and Winter Soldier are chasing her down. But he just decides, where's everyone gone? I'm going to bolt through a window. Very Captain America, original Captain American style from Winter Soldier. Kind of like a homage to that. Jumps through it, lands on it, sees a dude in his peripheral and chases him down. And holy, my God.
So good.
My God, what happened there is just unbelievable. The fact that he chases this guy down and murders him. Brutally murders him in front of everybody, and they've all got their cell phones out. Everybody's recording the whole deal.
Screwed. It's over.
He's screwed. I mean, it's so iconic. I don't know if we'll get kicked off for showing this image, but this image I had to capture, and it's my wallpaper now. It's so iconic. That image there.
With the blood.
Isn't that incredible? Like, look at just the blood and the that's what's happened to the new icon of America. What used to be for truth and justice, and now it's like to do anything necessary. If this is not a political allegory for what is happening in that country right now, this show, I don't know what is. It's just absolutely one of the great, iconic images, just to see that shield just covered in that blood, and everybody to be so shocked about it. I mean, it just, you know, Carly hasn't run away. She's in the crowd.
No, she's in the crowd. She saw it.
Falcon the Winter Soldier, and most of the damn village is watching it.
They've all got their phones out. It's all on.
Yeah. And of course, Bruce John went horror movie villain, didn't care about the cameras because he was so wound up. He was so emotionally invested in what he's doing that he doesn't have clarity. So now he's got the serum. And remember when they said in the cafe, well, it changes you. It becomes more of you. He was concerned it was going to change him. But it's worse, Rick, because what's inside of John is not pure. So the fact that he took that serum means the worst part of him now is more.
It's coming out.
He is the true villain of this series. All right? I don't think it's the face smashers. I don't think they're the big villain. I'm sure the Power Broker's got something to play in this. But the guy they have to stop, most importantly now, is John Walker. He has to be stopped.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, speaking of the Power Broker,
what
are your thoughts of Sharon Carter, that scene where she's walking through? I think she's got the intel. There's guys with guns and masks, and she's walking through. I think that's the Power Broker. I think she's in with the Power Broker.
Yeah.
I think that.
It wouldn't surprise me. Sharon had to do whatever Sharon had to do to survive. You know, she was basically on the run for so long, and it's just absolutely insane. So it's we'll get revealed in the next couple of episodes.
Oh, that's it. We've only got 2 left. So
Yeah, which is still a full-length movie, if you think about it.
Yeah.
A couple more messages here. Sam deserves to be the new Cap. What do you think, Rick? It's a good question. Does Sam
deserves
to be the new cap?
Well, we've discussed this. Like, your theory was saying that he was going to get. Eventually, you can see him. He's going to get the.
Yeah, he's going to take the mantle.
He's going to take the mantle. You know, he's going to do it eventually. Down. Obviously, not in this season, but eventually he will. The similarities are there, though.
Do you think there's a season 2 of the show?
I reckon.
Do you reckon?
You got to see. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think at the end.
You reckon that's it?
Yeah, I do. I think we're one and done. And I think he will be. He has to be the new cap because he's as close to Steve Rogers morally as anyone else.
Right. The similarities are right there for both.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He's not the same, but morally he's closer to. I mean, so is Bucky, but Bucky's too damaged, and we know Bucky has still got a lot of stuff to deal with. So, Bruce has got a couple more comments here now. Without his best mates, he is going to be terrible. He is going to be unleashed, John.
He's unhinged. He's unhinged.
How did Sharon have a tracker on John Carter? Well, you mean John Walker?
That's the mystery.
John Carter. A movie that's much maligned. I don't think I hate that movie, but I do like it. That's a mystery. Movie. That is 100% correct. How did that happen?
That's right.
Is that done with satellites or did they really? Oh, look, I can probably explain it away because he's a government agent, so he would have some sort of tracking, and she's probably just hacked in. So I could buy that concept. I can let that go. Well, he'd be a government agent. I mean, in this level of...
Does that mean all of them have got him?
Well, anyone who's a government agent.
Yeah.
Especially someone like him, if he's working for the US government and he's to be extracted at a moment's notice, why wouldn't he have a tracker? So, yeah, and that was the episode, Rick, in a nutshell. It really was. Yeah. So it really was. It was... I think it was a great episode. I really do. I think it was awesome. It was a real meaty episode. Again, I think what the audience is finding, and I think they're finding it hard to adjust, but I'm adapting. Oh, because I must be just some sort of genius. Now, I've accepted the fact that when we watch these episodes, Rick, we're only getting a slice of a movie.
Yeah.
And I think the audience is struggling with that concept. Yeah. We're not only getting self-contained stories, we're getting sections of an overall film.
Yep.
And that can be hard to tackle sometimes, because one of my favorite shows of all time, Rick, is Star Trek: The Next Generation. Big shock to anyone who knows me. But I love that show because it was very episodic. And you'd have your 2 or 3 parters, but generally every episode was self-contained. So I'm used to that type of storytelling too. But the payoff with this long-form storytelling that Marvel is doing at the moment, it's just so great. The fact that we get frustrated, we don't know what everything is happening.
Where it's leading.
Is just a testament to the quality that they're producing for us, Rick.
Yeah. I haven't been disappointed from all the Marvel shows. It's just great stuff. Yeah. It's awesome. You can't go wrong with it. It's just
absolutely phenomenal.
Good storytelling. Everything is just awesome.
Bruce, great episode. Awesome stuff for both of you as always. Thank you, Bruce. You're a very strong contributor.
Thanks for contributing.
And we love all your comments. Please keep it up. You too, Carson. And everyone else. Trepper Coles, who popped in there for a little bit.
That's the new one.
We love the comments. So anyway, guys, that's basically been the episode for this week. Of course, same time next week, we're going to be delving into episode 5 at this point, Rick.
5.
So predictions, right? Our predictions have been horrible so far, but let's tie it up with some quick predictions. What's going to happen next episode? Rick, take it away.
Next episode, we're going to find out how he's going to deal with the aftermath of killing, and everyone's going to find out about, John Walker isn't who he is. And I think we're going to see him go over to the dark side. I reckon. I
think you're on the right track. I'm going to be bolder saying that I think Carly will now team up with Falcon and the Winter Soldier and possibly Zemo to battle against now the evil Captain America, which we have, which I think is so cool. So cool. Yep. They went that way, They made an evil Captain America. All right, guys, that's it. Don't forget, Monday night, we've got episode 4 and Chapter 4 breakdown of the Justice League Schneider Cut, which we've been absolutely loving doing our long form kind of review on that show. So don't forget that on Monday. We've got some announcements that we'll be making next week, so stay tuned to the channel on that one. New show coming down the pipeline. And then obviously same time next week for Falcon and Winter Soldier, live after the show. Rick, I'm done. Are you
that is
done,
it.
buddy?
I'm done. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate everyone. Thank you so much.
We'll see
guys.
you next week. We'll see you on Monday. Bye, guys.